Today we're going to go over the installation of the JLT intake for your late model 5.7 Dodge Durango. Tools needed are going to be a 13mm socket and ratchet, 5/16 or 8mm nut driver, pry tool, or regular screwdriver. Let's get started. First thing we need to do is remove the engine cover. You're simply going to pull up on all four corners. Now we need to remove the stock airbox assembly from the throttle body forward. Use a nut driver or a regular screwdriver and loosen the clamp at the throttle body. There's also a nut right here. You can use a 5/16 nut driver or 8mm socket and ratchet. That's holding down this part of the airbox. Back behind here, you've got a gray plug. That's your inlet air temp sensor. You're going to squeeze the tab on the plug and disconnect it. You have a PCV connection from the valve cover to the airbox. Simply pull that off. Underneath this weather strip here, there's two clips. One clip in this part here, that's part of the airbox. Now you're going to take this airbox and you're going to pull straight up. Okay, now you need to remove the inlet air temp sensor from the factory airbox. You're going to turn it counterclockwise, just like you're unthreading it and pulling it out. There's a little tab on the side that you may need to get your fingernail under or a screwdriver under. Basically turn and pull. Now this is going into a rubber grommet in the JLT tube, so we don't need this O-ring, but we also don't want to lose it. So what I like to do is squeeze it and roll it down, and then go ahead and install it into the JLT tube. Okay, the first thing we need to do to get started is remove this 13mm bolt on the side of the apron. Now we're going to take our JLT heat shield, lower it down into position, lift up on the rubber weather strip here. I'm going to take the Christmas tree push pins, line this up with the holes that were in the factory airbox, and lock that all the way down. Go ahead and take that weather strip, lock that in to the hole that's in the airbox. Now you can take the supplied stainless steel bolt, replace the factory one, and tighten it up. Next step, we're going to lower the air filter down into the airbox. Go ahead and put the elbow and clamps loosely onto the tube. Install your inlet air temp sensor into the rubber grommet. Line that up with the filter. Pop that on. Put it onto the throttle body. And at this point, we're going to tighten up the clamp at the throttle body. Go ahead and tighten the clamp at the filter. Plug in your inlet air temp sensor, your PCV line, rotate the tube so everything fits in there nice and relaxed, push it into the coupler, up to the stop here and tighten up. All right, last step is to reinstall the engine cover. Line up the two rear rubber grommets with the studs on the manifold. It's kind of tricky. If you eyeball the rear ones, and also line up the oil fill cap. Move your PCV line over. This kit includes the new improved heat shield, which gets air from the front here. Air comes in the grill, up through these vents with the hood closed, and directly into the air filter. It also seals better around the tube and filter, and seals to the hood.